Welcome back. Let's continue with the questions on binomial theorem. So this is a direct question. The coefficients of fifth term, sixth term, and seventh term in 1 plus x whole power n are in AP. So the coefficient of fifth term is NC4 and coefficient of the seventh term is NC6. So when you add both of them, you should get 2 times the middle term. Sixth term coefficient is NC5. Now, when you write NC4 as n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 by 3 factorial, and NC6 is n minus 1 dot 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 up to n minus 5 by 6 factorial. And here you have n minus 1 dot 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 up to n minus 4 by 5 factorial. Right? You will see that n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 gets cancelled everywhere. And 3 factorial. Sorry, this has to be 4 factorial here. 4 factorial gets cancelled everywhere. So here you're left with 6 into 5. So 6 factorial will get cancelled and you'll be left with 6 into 5. So then you'll be getting 1 plus n minus 4 into n minus 5 by 30 is equal to 2 times n minus 4 by 5. So then when you multiply and solve for the quadratic, we have done this question in the class also. You shall get answers as 7 or 14. Okay, I leave that to you. Now 15th one. If greatest integer of x, they're asking what is greatest integer of root 3 plus 1 whole power 5. So we have done a similar type of question in the class. We see that root 3 minus 1 will not have an integer part. It will only have a fractional part. We'll call that as fractional part of x1. And root 3 plus 1 whole power 5, we'll call it as greatest integer plus fractional part of x2. Both of them will have different fractional parts. Now, when I try to add both, I shall end up getting 5C0. In fact, if I subtract these two, then I'll end up getting 5C0 root 3 power 5. All these terms will get cancelled. I'll only be left with 2 times 5C1 root 3 power 4 plus 5C3 root 3 square plus 5C5 root 3 power 0. So this is what I'll be getting. And on the RHS, I'll have greatest integer of x plus fractional part of x2 minus fractional part of x1. Now, because the LHS is purely an integer, the RHS must also be an integer. That means these two terms, fractional parts, must get cancelled or they must add up to give an integer. Because you are subtracting here, both of them lie between 0 to 1. So when you subtract, you'll surely get something between 0 to 1 only. And because we want it to be an integer, it is evident that both of these terms have to cancel off with each other. So therefore, I get greatest integer of x is simply 2 times of this term. Now let's calculate how much is that. 5C1 is 5. and root 3 power 4 is 9, 5c3 is 10, and then 5c5 is 1. So I'll end up getting 45 plus 30, 75, 76. 76 into 2. So the answer is 152. So the greatest integer of x is 152. So all these questions, either you add them or subtract them, right? 16th one. Number of terms in the expansion. So just like the previous question, 100C0. In the previous one, because we subtracted 100C0 and all got cancelled, but here now 100C0, 100C2, all these terms, right, will remain. And when you add, it will be 2 times of this. So from 100C0 up to 100C100, we have 51 terms in total. So that is the answer. Next, if A, B, C are in AP. So remember, when A, B, C are in AP, A plus C is nothing but 2B, or A minus 2B plus C is equal to 0. Now, how are we going to use this here? They are asking what is the sum of coefficients of this whole thing. Remember, whenever we wrote 1 plus x whole power n, the answer was nc0 x bar 0, nc1 x bar 1, and so on. Now, when we want the sum of coefficients, whenever we hear the word sum of coefficients, all we need to do is put x equal to 1. So just substitute x equal to 1 everywhere. So then you'll end up getting 2 power n is equal to nc0 plus nc1 up to ncn. That's it. So in the similar way, because here we want sum of coefficients, I'll have to put x as 1. So when I put x as 1, I'll end up getting 1 plus a minus 2b plus c whole square whole power 1973. But a minus 2b plus c is already given to be 0. So the answer is 1 power 1973, which is 1. So important question, easy question. We move on to the next question. If n is even, the middle term in the expansion. Right. So n is even, so then quite easy. The middle term is n c n by 2, 1 by x power n by 2, and x square power n by 2. Now they are saying that middle term should contain x power 6. So let us simplify this. I'll end up getting x power n in the numerator and x power n by 2 in the denominator. When I simplify this, a power m by a power n is a power m minus n. So this simplifies to x bar n by 2. So that n by 2 has to be 6. So n has to be 12. So it's an easy question. N has to be 12. That's it. Now, here they're saying the coefficient of the 7th term and 13th term are equal. So 7th term coefficient is NC6 and 13th term is NC12. And whenever you get an equation like this, NC6 is equal to NC12, n has to be the sum of these two. N has to be 18. Why should n be 18? Because out of 18, selecting 6 is equivalent to rejecting 12. So n is 18, quite straightforward. And here they're asking what is the 6th term in the expansion. So T6 is 10C5, 2x square power 10 minus 5, which is 5, into minus 1 by 3x square power 5. So 10C5 is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 by 120. 5 factorial is 120. Then we have 32. Then we have minus 1 by 243. Anyway, so we have here 2 1s are, 2 16s are, and here 27 remains. So denominator must contain 27 and the numerator is 16 into 7 into 8. So 16 into 56. 16 6s are 96. 16 5s are 80. 896 by 27 with a minus sign. So it is option B. Right? So quite easy, straightforward questions. We move on to the next one. Whenever they ask divisibility test, we'll have to write this 49, right, as 1 plus, 48 plus 1 or 1 plus 48. Why do we do that? For a reason. Now when I try to expand this part, I'll end up getting or if you feel this will be time consuming, just put n equal to 1 and see what you get. 49 plus 16 minus 1. So 49 plus 16 gives you 65. 65 minus 1, 64. So it's certainly divisible by 64. That's a easier way. Just put n equal to 1 and get the answer. So 22nd question. They have given the first 3 terms of the expansion. We know the expansion should be NC0 AX power 0 plus NC1 AX power 1 plus NC2 AX whole square. So on comparing, we can say that NC1 is n into A is the coefficient here, and that has to be equal to 8. And here the coefficient is NC2, which is n minus 1 by 2 factorial into A square, and that is equal to 24. So there are 2 unknowns here, n and A. In order to eliminate one of them, the best course of action is square the first equation and then divide, because then when you divide, A square and A square will get cancelled. So you'll get n square divided by n into n minus 1 by 2 is equal to 64 by 24. So n by n minus 1 is equal to, and denominator will also go up, 64 by 24. So this will give me 32 by 24, which I can write as 4 by 3. So on comparing, we can directly say n has to be 4. So n equal to 4. There's only one option satisfying n equal to 4. So that itself is the answer. So this is a trademark of a CET question. Just by solving half of the question, the options will be so evident that you don't have to solve the second part itself, right? So keep this in mind. This works generally for CET questions. Now we move on to the 23rd question. We have done a similar question in the class. Whenever they ask A0 plus A2 plus A4 etc. We want all the odd powers to get cancelled. That means we will have to put x equal to 1, put x equal to -1, and then add both of them. So when you put x equal to 1, you'll get 1 power n. When you put x equal to -1, you'll get 3 power n. So 1 power n plus 3 power n will be 2 times a0 plus a2, a4 dot dot dot. So a0, a2, a4, etc. will be 1 power n plus 3 power n whole divided by 2. It is option A. Moving on, the number of irrational terms in the expansion. So let's write TR plus 1. TR plus 1 will be 100 CR 5 power 1 by 6 100 minus R into 2 power 1 by 8 whole power R. So now our job is to find out what is the smallest value of R for which both 1 by 6 and 1 by 8 will get cancelled. And once I figure out the smallest value of R, then in order to get the next value of R, I simply have to take the LCM of 6 and 8. What is LCM of 6 and 8? 2 3s are, 2 4s are. So the LCM is 24. So once I figure out the smallest value of R, I just need to go on adding 24 to the R value in order to get the next value of R. So it's evident that the smallest value of R would be, would it be 16? Let's see. If this is 16, 100 minus 16 is 84. I don't think 84, yeah, 84 goes in 6, right? 12 sevens are 84. So the smallest value would be R equals 16. So that this 16 and 8 goes away, right? So once I figure out the smallest value of R is 16, you need to go on adding 24 to it. So 16 plus 24 is 40. Then we have 64. Then 88. And that's it. So how many values of R? 1, 2, 3, 4. And for these 4 values of R, the term will be a rational number. So now they're asking how many irrational terms are there. So the total number of elements is 101. And in that 4 of them are rational. So the remaining 97 are all irrational numbers. Okay. And moving on to the 25th question. This looks like 100 CR, A power 100 minus R, B power R. And this is the rth term for A plus B power 100. So on comparing, A is x minus 3 and B is plus 2. So I end up getting x minus 1 power 100. And x minus 1 power 100 ka coefficient of x power 53. So that's very easy. Simply 100 C53. Sorry. If I need x power 53, this minus 1 should have power as 47. So then I'll have 100 C47. So answer is minus 100 C47. If there's no option matching that, we know that 100 C47 is same as 100 C53, because if you're selecting 47 people, you're rejecting 53. So the right answer would be minus 100 C53. Next one, again a direct question. Sum of coefficients of odd powers is nothing but NC1, NC3 like that. That's nothing but half of 2 power n. So 2 power 49. That is the answer. Moving on. The coefficient of r and r plus 1th term in this expansion are equal. So the rth term coefficient is 29cr minus 1. 3 to the power 29 minus of r minus 1 into 7 power r minus 1. That is the coefficient. And r plus 1th term is 29cr 3 to the power 29 minus r into 7 power r. So because they are saying both of them are going to be equal, now let's try to figure out what is r. So I'll end up getting 29 factorial by 29 minus r plus 1 factorial into r minus 1 factorial. So 7 power r minus 1, I'll write as 7 power r by 7 power 1. So that should be equal to 29 factorial by 29 minus r factorial. So r factorial. And 3 power 29 minus r, 7 power r. So this all will get cancelled. 29 factorial gets cancelled. R minus 1 factorial gets cancelled. Only r will remain. And 2r minus 1 factorial will get cancelled. 2r minus 1, 29 minus r plus 1 alone will remain. So I end up getting 3 by 7 into 29 minus r plus 1 is equal to 1 by r. So now when you cross multiply, you'll end up getting 10r is equal to 30 into 7. Or r has to be 21. So r is 21. So let's proceed to the next question. So going to the next question, the remainder when 8 power 2n minus 62 power 2n plus 1 is divided by 9. So how do we solve this? We'll have to write numbers 8 power any number as very close to 9, right? 8 itself can be written as 9 minus 1, right? Whole power 2n. And 62 can be written as 63 minus 1 whole power 2n plus 1. So now when I expand this, all terms here will contain 9 except the last term. And what is the last term? Last term is 2n c2n minus 1 power 2n. And here we have 2n plus 1 c2n plus 1 minus 1 power 2n plus 1. Of course, 63 also will come, but will be power 0. Here also 9 will be there, but power 0. So here overall you'll get 1. And here you'll get minus 1. So 1 minus of minus 1. So the remainder is 2. Because all other terms, because they contain 9, remainder will be 0. But only the last terms of both will have this remainder. Next one, if in the expansion of this part, rth term is independent of x. So what is tr plus tr? tr is 15c r minus 1 minus 2 by x square power r minus 1 into 3x power 15 minus of r minus. So now, if it has to be independent of x, whatever is the power in the numerator ka power is 15 minus r plus 1. That should be equal to denominator's power, which is 2r minus 2, because I multiply this 2 here, so it will give you 2r minus 2. So then you'll end up getting 18 equals 3r. So r is 6. The last question, the middle term here will be 8c4 x power 4 into minus a power 4. So it's quite simple. Option B is the right answer. So thank you, students. I hope you all found the paper easy. We'll join back for the JEE paper discussion in the next video.